Hello again, guys. So this is the final piece of the capacity studies. We've worked through the document. It's about 34 pages and I broke it down into different sections. Now we're focused on Sandy Bay East and the Sandy Bay Spine Road. I read out this whole introduction in the last video on Sandy Bay West with the fair area, so I'm not going to do it again. Sandy Bay East is by far the largest area out of the 6 main regeneration areas of Porthcawl. It comes in at 17.21 hectares. If you notice the outline on the map of Sandy Bay East, it includes Monster Park and Newton Primary School. To get some idea of the area size, if you think of a soccer pitch is about 1 acre. So there are 2.47 soccer pitches in 1 hectare. So if we put in 17.21 and then multiply that by 2.47 hectares, what we have is 42.5 soccer pitches. That's the size of the area. So reading from the document, subtitle Key Opportunities. Enhancement of Monster Park and creation of gateway area leading into the development area. We're going to come back to Monster Park and the Spine Road at the end. Potential for family homes adjacent to high quality public recreational spaces, including the Relic Dunes and Sandy Bay. Extended school facilities, new links and connections to integrate with Treco Bay, vehicular access from Sandy Lane, restricted to school use, development to be served by the new link road. So let's get our bearings before we delve into it. Do you see the blank area there with the buildings behind the upper left corner? That is Newton Primary School. So they've already said and talked about extending the facilities. There's nothing specific right now on what those facilities will be, but they do intend to extend them. So on page 25 of the Austin Smith Road document, it says there could be many solutions to the internal layout of this large site. The capacity study adopts a fairly orthogonal approach with a combination of semi-detached or terraced houses over much of the site, together with larger, more innovative double aspect houses to the east and apartments towards the sea, looking over the dunes. The majority of the development is conventional in the adoption of privacy distances and the capture of private gardens to illustrate potential capacity. House sizes have been reduced below DQR at the request of BCBC. You may be wondering, what does it mean by orthogonal? Orthogonal simply means that it's perpendicular. 2 lines are said to be orthogonal if they intersect each other at a right angle. So let's take a look at the 3 main housing areas, starting with the smallest area. So the smallest area is near the high tide. See at 12 o'clock where the trees are? That's at the back of Monster Park. So you're looking at 12 o'clock here. So that area apparently has 4 stories, 2 to 3 stories, and 2-story houses. How many homes will there be? 37. How many parking spaces will there be? 50. The largest area comprises of 2 to 3 story and 2-story buildings. Looks like mostly 2-story houses to me. You'll know this area. I'm showing you the drone footage here. Covers the bowl adjacent to the school behind New Road. and all the way to the pathway that connects you to the Treco Bay Caravan Park. The number of homes, 309. The number of parking spaces, 587. The third residential site area is on the dunes themselves. So the number of homes there, 265. The total number of parking spaces required, 438. So their intention, by the look of it, is to put 5-story apartments, 4-story apartments, and 2 to 3 stories in that sector. So if we tally up all the residential site areas, we find that the total number of homes is 611. The total houses, 494. Total maisonettes, 50. Total apartments, 67. Total parking spaces, 1,075. In the last video in this series, we mentioned a link road stemming from Griffin Park, going through the fair area, going through Monster Park, and then connecting to Sandy Bay East. So here's the basic line of that. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. Very quickly, the man who knows an awful lot about Sandy Bay is Barry Strong. Barry goes back over 100 years with some information, so I would say have a squint at Barry's videos and what Barry has to say, especially concerning Sandy Bay.